Hello, my name is Melissa Patterson. I am a candidate in the Educational Specialist degree program in the Department of Instructional Technology at Kennesaw State University. I currently teach Advanced Placement Biology, Advanced Placement Environmental Science, and Honors Biology at Kell High School in Marietta, Georgia. The title of my capstone project is Increasing Teacher Collaboration in Science with OneNote. The need for this project arose as Kell is following Cobb County School District's implementation of Professional Learning Communities, or PLCs, within all school departments for teacher collaboration. It focused on increasing teacher collaboration through the utilization of Microsoft Office's OneNote program. Teacher collaboration has been a goal for Cobb County School District as well as for Kell High School in particular. Every teacher at Kell is a member of a professional learning community comprised of teachers from the same department who teach the same subject. The idea behind PLCs is to increase teacher collaboration, which would in turn increase student success. Teachers can use any method or platform to record collaborative work as long as it is shared with administration. The idea to use OneNote came from my collaborative experiences with teachers from other schools to share work between campuses. This type of collaborative work made sharing resources much easier and timelier. A few benefits of using OneNote for collaboration is that it provides the ability to organize documents, to add annotations to the documents, include links to external websites, and access those websites directly from the electronic notebook. My aim for this project is to demonstrate these benefits to Kell Science teachers and to show how they will make collaborative meetings more effective and streamlined. The project was completed in 3 phases. The first phase consisted of a needs assessment survey and a professional development workshop for the science department. I created the survey using Google Forms to gather data on teacher comfort and knowledge of Microsoft OneNote. The survey results showed that every teacher in the science department felt comfortable with accessing the Microsoft Office suite and that all felt they could easily navigate between the various software options once in the suite. Additionally, the survey showed that the majority of science teachers had no experience or comfort specifically using OneNote. Using these results, I created a professional development workshop that focused on introducing the basics of OneNote as well as the benefits of using it as a collaborative space. I created a handout for the workshop that showed how to create a new notebook, how to add pages to the notebook, and how to add content to the newly created pages. I also created a handout containing examples of OneNote notebooks from both the teacher and student perspective to show the versatility of the software. After the workshop, I asked each attendee to complete an evaluation form through Google Forms. The results of the evaluation showed that most members of the science department were open to working with OneNote, though there were a few teachers who were not interested in trying a new platform for their collaborative space. The second and third phases of the capstone project included working with the biology and physics PLC groups to assist in the creation of OneNote notebooks for their collaborative space. Prior to working with the biology PLC, I created a sample notebook to share with the team. The sample notebook was created using Avid Site Team data and information. This would allow the biology PLC to see how a collaborative online notebook could be organized and what information could be housed on each individual page. Once the sample notebook had been created, I began working with the biology PLC team. We met for 1 hour each week for 6 weeks during common planning time. The first meeting was spent looking over the sample notebook, discussing how the biology notebook would be set up, and then setting up the collaborative notebook, creating a separate page for each of the 9 units of the course. Additional meetings were spent adding items to the first 6 pages, as the team had completed 6 units when we concluded our weekly work sessions. The introduction of using OneNote as a collaborative tool went smoothly while working with the biology PLC. Each member of the PLC quickly picked up on how to use and work within the collaborative space, and each added new information and resources throughout the week that we could discuss during our meeting times. I was able to begin working with the physics PLC as soon as I was done with the biology PLC, as the biology notebook was used as an example notebook. The fact that the biology notebook was a living document and collaborative space worked in my favor, as the physics team was interested to see how well it would work for them. The time spent working with the physics PLC team was much the same as with the biology team. I began by showing the example digital notebook to the physics team and discussing how it is beneficial for collaboration. We created the physics collaborative notebook together in the first week and began setting up the individual pages the following week. Once the pages were set up, we added content and data to go along with each unit's pages. The members of the physics team are all new to teaching the subject this year, so creating each unit's page was a bit slower than when I worked with the biology team, who had all taught the subject for at least a year. The initial plan for this final phase of the project was meant to be 6 weeks, working with the team 1 hour per week. In order to ensure that all team members felt as though they were getting the most out of their collaboration and the use of their shared digital notebook, we worked together for 2 additional weeks to close out the school year. Evaluation of the project occurred at the end of both the second and third phases, once our weekly meetings had concluded. I created a usefulness survey through Google Forms for PLC members to complete individually. The survey aimed to determine how useful team members felt OneNote was for collaboration, as well as whether they planned on continuing to use OneNote for future collaboration. The results of both the biology and physics surveys showed that all team members found the OneNote platform to be more user-friendly than other digital collaborative tools. Members thought that OneNote helped to streamline the collaborative process as they were able to locate all necessary information in one place instead of having to look through various folders and locations as is necessary on other platforms. Results also showed that team members intend to continue with their use of OneNote for future PLC collaboration. The capstone project shows my understanding of and ability to implement the 5th Instructional Technology Standard set forth by the Georgia Professional Standards Commission, which focuses on professional learning and program evaluation. Standards 5.1 and 5.2 directly relate to the survey used to determine teacher comfort and knowledge levels and to the professional development session and PLC work respectively. Standard 5.1 addresses the ability to conduct needs assessments in order to determine subject area strengths and weaknesses. I used the skills acquired throughout the instructional technology program to create a survey that would effectively gather information that would be used to determine how best to demonstrate and explain the features of the OneNote platform. Standard 5.2 describes a candidate's ability to develop and implement technology-based professional learning that promotes best practices in teaching, learning, and assessment. Both the professional development session and my work with the PLC groups were technology-based, as they were focused on the use of the OneNote digital notebook platform. They also both promote best practices in teaching and learning, as they are focused on teacher collaboration. Finally, the capstone project addressed Standard 5.3, Program Evaluation. Throughout the capstone project, I collected data from participating teachers on the effectiveness and usefulness of the project. Teachers were asked to complete an evaluation survey after the professional development session and provide feedback on the usefulness on the information presented, as well as their interest in using the material presented. I took time to analyze the results and internalize the comments that were shared regarding the presentation of the information and how well it was understood. These results helped me to reflect on my abilities as a technology facilitator and helped to shape how I would interact with my peers during the PLC stages of the project. Additionally, I asked the 2 PLC groups to complete a usefulness survey to determine their feelings on the use of OneNote for collaboration. Analysis of this data allowed me to see if I am making informed suggestions for teacher technology use. Overall, the project went as smoothly as I could have hoped for. Both the biology and physics PLC team members were very receptive to trying this new form of collaboration, which made working with the teams easy and fun. Working with the teams during administratively set collaboration time meant that no additional meetings were necessary to accomplish the goal of working in OneNote, which meant that team members were more receptive to the time working together. If I were to change or add anything to this experience, I would expand my work to include PLCs from other departments. After seeing how well the use of OneNote went over in the science department, and how easily each team member was able to work within the platform, I think the OneNote digital notebook could work well as a collaborative space for any PLC. In completing this capstone, I developed my skills as a leader in technology facilitation and gained a great deal of insight into the amount of work that goes into implementing any kind of school initiative, including those related to technology. This project has greatly increased my confidence in myself as a technology leader and coach, and has made my desire to serve in that type of position grow immensely. I look forward to other opportunities where I can work with my colleagues to increase their technology awareness and use in order to better serve them and their students. Every effort has been made to use the images in this presentation in accordance with the appropriate license.